Welcome back. One final point before we go tonight. These are the people London's mayor, Sadiq Khan, hasn't gone on TV to suggest that Britain disinvite from the country. This guy, and this guy, the three terrorists who killed 7 people, ramming them with a van and stabbing them with a knife. And the 20,000 more with the potential identified by authorities to commit such atrocities. These are the people London's mayor, Sadiq Khan, did go on TV and suggest Britain disinvite from an official state visit. This guy, our president, Donald Trump. Yeah, great priorities there, Mayor. Don't you just feel safe and warm and fuzzy with progressives and liberals and Democrats in charge? This is what liberals propose we do to fight ISIS. There is only one way to really defeat terrorism, they say, to refuse to be terrorized. Well, refusing to be terrorized didn't stop the London killers from killing, did it? Hugs and kisses and love and tolerance is not the way to defeat radical Islamist terrorism. This is what liberals did not propose we do to fight ISIS. Kill the ideology and kill the terrorists. The only way to really defeat ISIS and keep our people safe. Houston, we have a radical Islam problem and liberals are trying as hard as they can to ignore it. Moderate liberal Muslims are more offended by people who condemn the religion of Islam than they are with the terrorists who pervert and hijack the Quran to use it as a weapon to destroy the Western world and impose Sharia law supremacism. Liberals protest outside of Trump Tower, but not outside radicalized mosques where radical imams preach violent jihad and radicalize youth to inspire terror attacks against Americans and Brits and the French and the entire world who doesn't bow to the feet of their caliphate. Liberals freak out about climate change, global warming, carbon footprints, and polar bears. John Kerry warns us this is the end of the world as we know it. All the while, I haven't heard a single Democratic politician here or in the UK go on TV and say, this year alone, we've suffered 924 terror attacks at the hand of radical Islamists. In 46 countries around the world, 6,641 people have been killed by Islamist terrorists this year. 7,283 more injured. Meanwhile, as politicians bloviate about climate change and peaceful Muslims protest Trump because, well, we live in a free country and they haven't had any rights denied to them, the media focuses on the unprecedented number of bullets London police used to kill the terrorists. You know, before the terrorists murdered more innocent people. No mention of the unprecedented 2 out of 3 British Muslims who claimed they would not report a terror plot to the police. No mention of the number of innocent victims who had no way to defend themselves against brutal attackers because of London's asinine gun control laws. Yet liberals, they want us to trust them. Elect us, liberals beg. We know what's best for you. This coming from the same politicians who suggest that if mainstream Muslims weren't alienated, terror attacks wouldn't happen. Let that sink in for a moment. The same party that decries Islamophobia is suggesting that all Muslims are vulnerable to commit terror attacks if they get their feelings hurt. Maybe, just maybe, if liberals stopped whining about the climate, stopped stealing our guns, stopped pacifying terror groups who cannot be pacified, we'd actually have a fighting chance of winning this guerrilla war against evil people who celebrate dying just as long as it means killing us. And until that point, liberals, stop begging for our votes. You don't deserve it. And that's my final point tonight. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. If you liked the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. In the meantime, catch us here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a good night.